Restorative justice.
Restorative justice.
Restorative justice.
What is restorative justice?
There could be 5 different people sitting in this seat who would describe it in a slightly different way and call it something else.
It's an opportunity to bring folks who've been victimized into proximity with the person who caused the harm.
Mother comes in, sees you and your sibling arguing, interrupts the argument, has you both reflect what you said, how you hurt each other, and you have to say sorry. You've seen restorative justice in your life, is what I'm trying to say.
Giving the person who's been hurt an opportunity to speak their truth and ask for what they want and need and try and get it.
But it also creates a space for the person that caused harm to come face to face with their actions in a way that's positive rather than just strictly punitive.
We have millions of people in prisons and jails right now. None of the harm that was caused has been repaired. All of the people who are hurt are still hurt and still hurting people, so we need something different.
I think people haven't put restorative justice into practice because they don't truly understand what that is. We've only ever seen it done one way.
Punishment is fast, and punishment allows you to throw someone away and never think of them again.
It's so much easier to seek revenge than it is to seek restoration.
If a young person stole my car, right, what would I do? I get my car back, this person goes to jail, but how does that repair what was taken from me, right? I'm hyper conscious about my car being stolen again or being pulled out of my car. And so how do we repair that?
How are we going to prevent it from happening again?
Trauma is such an important part of why individuals hurt people and cause harm. You have to create space for the individual to sort of understand and recognize their own trauma, the things that have hurt and harmed them, and so that way they won't further hurt and harm others. 90% of the folks who are incarcerated,
the vast majority of people who are locked up,
will be returning to society. And you put them inside of a system that further traumatizes them. You say, hey, go on with the rest of your life, but you haven't healed. Who do you want returning? I want a person who is healed.
The ask comes from the people who were harmed. They're the ones asking for this.
The solutions that have been given to us have not worked up till now.
We've been hurt so much throughout our lives, and there's been so few times where we felt like that hurt has been really seen, really acknowledged, someone really apologized.
There's still consequences in the restorative justice practice.
It's not all about love, that's for sure.
It is important to have a safe space to expose the sore spots in our communities.
It's so much self-work. You're not putting it off on the police. You're not putting it off on the courts.
What happened? What were you thinking at the time? What have you thought about since? What needs to happen to make it right? Who's been affected and in what ways? What do you need? Do you need a job? Do you need a place to live? Do you need parenting classes for younger children? Do you need some counseling? You know, there's all kinds of things that we can think of to start the healing process to prevent it from happening again. Anybody who does what I do can talk about that moment when you feel that difference and the emotion that comes with it and the agreements that are made. The shift happens when the person harmed starts to feel some compassion and understanding for the person who caused them harm, and the person who caused them harm truly hear and understand the level to which their actions impacted someone else, and then to see this change happen.
We are not saying that we want a world where violence is just acceptable, where there is no repercussions for harm. We want a world where violence isn't the norm.